certain people have really helped me on the journey with this book, and I guess the first one I'd like to acknowledge is my darling wife, Suzanne. She's very patiently sat by the times when I haven't been doing anything towards the book and given me gentle reminders. She's given a critique of whatever I've produced and not held back when necessary. And she has been very supportive, and I appreciate it, young, so thank you. There are also a lot of guys who have been there for me, people who kept on prompting me to keep going, to finish it, and then beyond. And I guess it would be unfair in a way to pick on who they are, but they know who they are. And thank you very much for that support that you've given me and encouragement over the years. It's really valued.
What's it like being an author? You've never been an author before. What's that like?
Oh, look, I don't think it's sunk in. I think it's probably a journey, and this is only a slight beginning, and we'll see how it goes to the end, and I'll let you know then.
No, hang on. Come close to the microphone. You've just said this is only a slight beginning. Yeah, your words? What's next?
That was a blue, wasn't it?
Yeah. What's next?
Well, I mean, if the book gets a good reception, then I might be tempted to write another one, I guess, because I think it does lend itself to a part two.
So you're getting deeper and deeper into the myrrh, because there are several of us that have read it many times. And I, for one, have had many tears in my eyes while I've read it. And we've given you that feedback. So does that mean you're already committed to another book?
Well, I have to be up here right now, don't I? Yeah, I think so. Given my energy levels, I'm not 21 anymore, Brendan.
You're a young fella.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it would be nice to, feel motivated enough to finish a second book, because I think it's incomplete in some ways. There's another part to the story.
So what's the key message from the book?
Well, I think that there are a few, to be quite honest. One of the key messages, which I've sort of notated on the inside before the book starts, is that I would like to see a change in the way that men and women are relating at the moment. It feels like we're in a competition. And my sincere belief is that we're meant to complement each other. And I think that there's been a loss of that aspect. And people will feel justified in their feelings and their anger, but at the end of the day I believe that we work better when we work together and complement each other. So I think that's probably the underlying one that you're looking for anyway.
Yeah, well, I've shared this journey with you now for over 20 years, and we've chatted about this stuff often, but it comes through quite clearly in the book, I think, for me at least.
Good.
So if there is any inspiration at all to continue the story, would you write about the same message, or would you go in a different track, a different direction?
I don't think I can really predict, because when I sat down to write the book, initially I was actually thinking of doing a non-fiction, and I started to contemplate where I would be coming from with that, and it all felt a bit depressing. I didn't really want to go there. Once I decided to do a novel, it liberated me, because I could invent a country, Ubatu, which is a country in Africa, and it doesn't exist. So I could give them whatever culture I wanted, and they could do things differently in the way that I wanted. So I was able to show a way that they were doing things in comparison with the way the Western world might do things, and make it the way I wanted, and ask the question, could this have been a good way of doing it? So what was your question again?
It doesn't matter, you've answered the video. All right, here's another one for you. So, how long did it take you to write the book?
That's a good question. I think I was, I started 1 year where I got probably at least halfway in the book. And then I had a break for a while for health reasons and didn't feel motivated to start again. So probably actually a time span of probably 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So what was the process like for you over 3 or 4 years to bring this together to completion?
The initial process was probably the most enjoyable when I sat down, and the only idea I had in my head was that triplets were going to be involved, because I thought one of the things I wanted to do was to compare nurture to nature. So 3 identical triplets separated when they're babies provided a good opportunity to do that. But as soon as I sat down and started writing, things just went on their own course. It didn't come from the brain. It came from somewhere else, the heart or whatever. And just flowed. And I really enjoyed that. It was almost mischievous. You know, I'd get to a junction in the road and think, shall I go to the right or shall I go to the left? And, you know, probably go to the left. But I pursued it in that way. And yeah, it was fun to write. Later on, because of what I'd written already, I had to go in a more restricted direction. But that's still good, because then I could go deeper in a way with the people who had emerged, the characters in the book.
Right.
Yeah. So it was really no planning done other than sitting down and writing. And I don't know how common this is. You know, there's some people who know a lot better than I do about this, whether this is a common practice to go with the flow, as it were, as opposed to having a preconceived destination and the stopping points along the way. But I liked doing it that way.
Did, knowing that you had some health issues through the process, did the writing of the book help to work in a positive way with your health at the time? Early days of that?
Yeah, it certainly helped in my motivation to, you know, keep going. Yeah, that's right. And
but Anne, from a relationship point of view, from my relationship with you, I saw over that period of time where you were in fact able to put the health issues down for a while or lessen the impact. And the more you focused on the book, the more wholesome, the more healthy you seem to be through the process.
well, I mean, yeah, I think that's true. I think it was because, you know, these things are really important to me, and I could have gone through my life and not challenged them. And so to actually have a way of challenging them was really important to me, and it felt really fulfilling, and it kept me going. Yeah.
Well done. Any questions from the rest of our group here tonight? Any comments?
Did you learn anything about yourself through the process of writing a book, Anne?
Oh, heaps. There were heaps I learnt about from writing the book. That's the actual writing of the book. But it was also, during that time, the support I got. Like, it was just so good to have people supporting me, you know, whether it was reading some of the book and saying, you've got to keep going, I really like this, or being there for supporting me through when I first became ill. That was really important, you know, like, there's some guys here who really did say, we've got your back, and came out with me on a regular basis, going walking, talking, and joking, and encouraging, you know, and that was wonderful. You know, I consider myself one of the luckiest people in the world to have the mates and friends and family that I do. So, yeah. Does that answer your question?
There's a message, it was his question, but there's a message in there about good mates, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Marty?
Do you have anybody lined up to do the screenplay?
was thinking of that guy in America, what's his name? Weinberger.
Seriously?
He probably has a lot
Apparently
of
he's
time on
not
his
so
hands.
available these days.
We have a serious question, Marty. Michael.
The extent and the vividness of your imagination and creativity surprise you?
Good question.
Um,
Surprised us.
yeah. In some ways, I mean, when I actually read the book when I got a hard copy, I sort of read it in a different way to what I had up to then, you know, reading it as I was going along. And I thought, oh yeah, actually that's what I wanted to say. I'm quite happy with the way I said it. So that was a relief because it was already too late.
Well, you could blame us for that.
Oh, good.
It got to a stage where Ian hit a bit of a, well, hit a bit of a wall, was probably not fair, but he thought he had it done. And he shared it with several of his mates, and the feedback was, mate, no, there's at least another chapter.
Yeah, that's true.
Were you happy that you saw that through to its ultimate conclusion, or
Yeah,
did we push you too far?
No, I really preferred the new ending to the previous one that I had. The previous one I had was coming much more from the head.
Right.
And so I just wanted to finish it off. You know, you get to that stage when writing a book, you just want to finish it off, and then the brain kicks in, and I started to write it, and it wasn't working, and then you gave me that reminder, and the next part sort of came with much more flow, and I liked it. So yeah, that's good.
Yes.
So you've talked a lot about friends giving you honest feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Did you also employ or use an editor that was independent of your own network and your own peers and your own, I guess, you know, self, the people you've evolved around in your life?
Well, the publishing company offered editing, you know, skills to go through, mostly looking at the grammar of things and correcting ones. But yeah, so that was the extent of it.
Good question.
Yeah, I did have a couple of people offer to actually edit it to me, but I liked those people, and I thought
It's amazing the
I don't want anything to
relationships
change my mind
with
about
editors
that.
Any other questions? Any other comments? Has anyone else read it? Yep. Can I be rude enough to ask what you thought?
Yeah, I was amazed, you know, where that would come from. I was imagining your early SAS days or something in war zones, and where did some of the medical techniques, all that sort of stuff came from, really, with your research, and I was quite taken aback, you know, in a good way, that I was quite surprised how where one person can take so much out of your surroundings or what your influence is. So that intrigued me, what your influences were that actually inspired you to go down that path.
Yeah. Good comment. Good comment.
Yes, got the comments.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge your creativity and your writing skills, because like I've known you for a long time, and it was only relatively recently when the book came out, and I read a draft, and I was just there thinking, oh my God, did Ian write this? It was like finding out that an old friend has got this hidden talent, you know, that you never knew was there. And it's just really well done, and I just congratulate you on it.
Thank you, mate.
Alan?
Ian, I'm up to the appearance of Laura in the first sex scene, and I'd like to get beyond that.
He was hoping that no one was going to raise it.
I got a tip off from someone who'd read it before me. No, does people who've read the book, does it give you inspiration for Ian's goal for men and women to work together? Just no spoilers, but does it give one hope?
I don't know that there are enough out there that have read it.
Oh, okay.
Definitely gives you hope.
Good.
Absolutely, it's a positive story.
Good. Yeah, it had that. Haven't seen too many novels that have got that in them. That's what I wanted to say. and that's what makes it different for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well done,
And I
Alan.
like the short chapters. Suits my reading habits.
And my sleep patterns.
Okay, well, I don't know what the next steps are, but on behalf of Ian, or on behalf of Ian's mates, mate, we're just so bloody proud of you.
Yep, here, here.
I can proudly say that quite a lot of us have been on the journey. It's almost like we've helped to write the book.
Yeah.
The message is deep and it's pure and it comes from the heart. And we're really proud of the work that you've done and we look forward to whatever comes out of it. Well done.
Thanks.
And obviously everyone would like to thank Ian, so you've got an amazing community of friends and family here and you've done an amazing piece of work, and so seeing both of those things come together is really lovely. So thank you, Ian, and I think we can consider the book officially launched.